Welcome to the Oceania Muay Thai website. I'm here with Neil Harrison, CEO for the UK Muay Thai Federation, and my good friend Ralph Beale, International Coordinator for the UK Muay Thai Federation. Thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Now, England. We're very close to the mother country. You're very keen on your Muay Thai there, gentlemen, aren't you?
Sure, definitely are. A lot of things going on for many years. We're hoping to make things a bit tighter in the UK.
Now, you've got some great athletes.
Sure we have.
Yeah. Who's your best heroes at the moment?
Currently at the moment, the light divisions, we've got guys like Liam Harrison taking on the fight of the year in Thailand, Sanchai, yeah.
Yes.
And we've got Michael Dix, another very big fighter in the north of England, fighting in the King's birthday a couple of years ago, just taking on Superboy in the Contender Eliminators in London.
Right.
And he's got a rematch with him in August.
Now, Neil, why aren't you getting all our boys, all our good Australian boys up there?
One, we're not a coordinated unit yet, and but I have had a conversation last night with one of the main trainers and promoters in the UK, Paul Hamilton, who's very keen on having an Australia-UK tournament.
Yeah, so England, if you're watching, get behind it. It's always a great contest, the Ashes. We very much appreciate belting you, but equally we don't mind getting belted once in a while. Now, there has been some issues with Muay Thai in Britain and the UK previously. For those who aren't generally aware of how sport works in the world, the IFMA and the WMC have now been accepted into the GACE, which means essentially we're the FIFA of Muay Thai in the world. People like it, people don't like it, but there's only one FIFA in the world, and now there's only one peak governing body for the sport of Muay Thai. Now, as I said, some people might not like that, but we always work on what's best for the athletes, and a united sport every time works in the best interest of the athletes. Now, in Australia, we've pretty much got ourselves sorted now. There's occasional promoters that aren't part of the sport, but as I say, I make the distinction between a promoter and a sanctioning body and what's the sport and what's in the best interest of the sport and the athlete. So if you do get yourselves organised like FIFA and FINA and IRB, then that then gives you the whole basis for interfacing with your government, be it at national or regional or local, for the purposes of granting funds. Now, that obviously would be useful to you guys at the moment if you can get your sport to a position where the government wants to take an interest in funding.
We actually are, England are behind Scotland in the current situation, in that Scotland have got recognition from the Sports Council of Scotland, but they can't take it any further until they're involved in a UK situation to go to the Sports Council to cover the whole of Great Britain.
Right. I know with Australia we've just gone through this major process, and we're very happy to help wherever we can with the UK's process. But I can assure you, once you get your house in order for the purposes of government funding, I know, for example, your British cycling team did incredibly well at the last Olympics, and on the basis that there seemed to be significant funding. We always thought we were better than you were cycling because you belted us last time. Now, the reason is because they got access to great funding. Now, that sort of funding you will get, well, maybe not to that level, but you will get significant funding for your sport if you can become as a central body which the government can then interface with. So I would recommend wherever you can to get your promoters and your major gyms together under the IFMA and WMC and the UKMF brand, because you will be assisting your athletes. And at the end of the day, promoters and administrators, it's all about assisting the athletes. Now, Ralph, you might tell us where you are now, because I know you're not living full-time in London anymore.
Yeah, well, currently I'm based out of Koh Samui in the WMC Muay Thai camp, but I'm always there to assist the English Muay Thai and hopefully bring the UKMF forward into the international scene.
Now, Ralph, for my friends in Australia who haven't met Ralph, Ralph's part of the concrete foundations of the WMC and IFMA. We've been to some pretty crazy places together and drunk a few beers in pretty wild situations. Now, Neil, your background is an accountant.
Chartered accountant.
And where do you live in England?
I live in Darlington. which is the same northeast of England. It's the same town as Michael Dix, the fighter we mentioned.
Right.
So I sponsor Michael. And Paul Hamilton, who is probably the best UK Muay Thai fighter ever.
Right. Yeah. Do you have your own gym, or you're in the sport
train
to try
at
and
Paul.
help?
I train at Paul's gym and have done for many years.
Right.
I've been to the camp for quite a few years,
Yeah.
and I'm now using my business skills to pull it all together.
Yeah. And I'd say that's pretty much been the model in Australia. We try and suck in good people to assist the sport, and that's really a model that the UK maybe want to look at adopting more and more. You know, we have IT experts, we have legal, well, I'm supposed to be the lawyer, but I actually have lawyers to me there. We have accounting experts, film and technology experts. So I'm sure you'll find in your gyms there'll be people there, as long as they know they're welcome. And for the people that might be watching this video, if you think you have an interest, please let the UKMF know, and I'm sure they'll take advantage of your skill base, and then you can come and party on the world scene. I know with Ralph and I, we've been to Kazakh and China and Ukraine, a number of countries, and once you become part of the world of Muay Thai through the IFMA and WMC, there's so many opportunities, both as a commercial operator, a gym or a trainer, but also for friendship in the world. So please come on board. Now, Neil, you've done a lot of the what I call the infrastructure work in terms of accounting and all that. Do you want to just talk us through where you've got to at the moment, and also issues relating to your name and the requirements from your English Sports Council for recognition?
Recognition requires 2 years accounts, minimum of 2 years accounts, minimum of 2 years annual general meeting minutes, all of which UKMF have. So we continue the name of UKMF. That's a very valid reason, otherwise we're 2 years behind before we start. As regards where we are at the moment, we have a meeting in March at which I present a business plan, and it will include a lot of the information I've gleaned from your website and yourself, John, on the way forward. At that meeting, people will vote to be in or not in UKMF.
Right. Well, I can really endorse wholeheartedly that you come on board with the UKMF, because otherwise, with all respect, England will get left behind. You'll create a few good athletes, many great athletes maybe, but as a sport, you'll start to lag behind where the rest of the world is. So please take on board what the gentlemen have been talking about and become part of us, and have plenty of the fun with us too. Good luck. Thank you, gentlemen.
Cheers, thank you.
And we look forward to having some more fun with England. Good luck.